Good evening, it's Tony Jack. I'm here with Doc. We'll be
You,
right back in the club. Oh, God, my fault.
you already know. Yo, yo.
Give us a few ticks. We're going to get this out the way.
With the game, I'm standing on the ground. Also hard, gotta stack that case out my back. Got the beats banging, speakers bumping loud. I'm the king of the game, I'm standing out in the crowd. I'm so hard, gotta stack that cash. Yellow tape wrapped around, I'm making a splash. My flow so hot, it's burning up the scene. When I step into the room, you know what I mean. Yellow tape, yellow tape, yellow tape. We on fire, we the ones in charge. Ain't none time. Turn it up, let the beat drop low. Yellow tape everywhere, it's our time to show.
Practice. I can show you practice. I can show you how to put $1 million in a mattress. I can show the difference between an icon and a classic. Baby in the major should be rolling in a basket. I'm advanced, and it's a lot of dance. From anywhere, my jewelry jump like John Moran. And Gift Tower Shorts got me tanning with the babes. You would be a surfer if you ever had this wave. I just switch up my cabana, they throw shade. Matter top 5, the top wives know I'm the fade. And throw them out the loop, I be mute, playing cute, nothing to say to you. Cause when I'm back home, I'm like Kyrie, I won't play with you. This is magic with the fur. Tim Duncan on the spur. Tanya Harton on the skate. This that Kobe number 8. This the kick over the head in the hand of Sue Bird. This boy's superb. All I got is 2 words.
Uncle Jackie. What it do, y'all? What's going on tonight, man? How y'all doing? What's going on, Doc? What's goody, bro?
Everything Gucci, man. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm cooling, man. Same old shit, bro. Just a different day. Here we go again.
All right. What up, chat? How y'all doing?
What's going on, chat? Hey, one of my objectives of the night is to get my brother Doc here on the Republican side of things. Because when the Civil War happens, I don't want to hate. I'm gonna hate to have to, you know what I mean, eliminate a Democrat that I love.
We ain't worried about that because you're gonna be coming on try to come on my side because this is where all the black people gonna be stupidly at, you know what I mean?
Bro,
And the black people that's on the Republican side, you know, the white people gonna try to shun y'all away, so y'all better watch out, you know what I mean?
Nah, see, the R in Republican don't stand for racist. Nah, I ain't saying that it ain't none. Nah, I ain't saying that. But listen here, bro. This is the South, bro. All people go outside with their children and shoot AR-15s for fun. For fun, with their children. Girls included. I think you might want to become a Republican. I can let them know. Listen, I can let Jeb, Jedediah, and then I can still let Tyrone and Jerome know. Listen, you got a plan up top in New York, my G.
Listen,
you know
regardless of Republican or Democrat, I follow the Constitution. I could bear arms. You know what I mean? I have rights
New
to
York.
bear arms. So
Yo, I don't know how New York gets away with that. Well, New York City gets away with that.
I don't know, bro.
Because that's a direct violation of the Constitution, like for real.
Yep. But there's a couple of states that got that restriction, or you know what I mean, that you can't bear arms. But again, that's no one never challenged the Constitution, or never challenged the Supreme Court on that matter. And when they did, and when they did, I think recently, and that's why they made it legal for you to, you know, you have to carry in New York now, but you just have to have a proper permit.
No, you're right about that. But this is, see, here in the great state of Georgia, you can conceal and carry, open carry the cross, Like it's the Wild Wild West.
I was just at the store out here in Jersey, and the guy was like, a cop came in the store because I guess it was an accident in the parking lot or something happened in the parking lot. The cops came and asked about the camera, but the guy that was in the store behind me before the cop came in, you know what I mean? He was joking around with the guy behind the counter, and the cop came in. Cop asked a question about the cameras and left. Um, the guy said, "I ain't worried about shit because I got a carry permit." You know what I mean? I was like, all good for you. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's all about now, to make sure you prepared, you ready for what the fuck goes down.
Yeah,
And, and not for nothing either. And I'm not saying that it's gonna be people versus law enforcement or people authority, but that's another angle that you have to look at too. Like, some people got jobs and position in this world that they gonna have to stand their ground and pick what side they on as well, and that matters.
no, that's a fact, though. That's a
Are you
fact.
are you gonna try to withhold the law, or are you going to be with the rebels? You know what I mean?
Listen, bro, I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, you about to be a Republican. I'm listening to you, but I ain't even hearing you, bro. I'm just letting you know now. Because when the Civil War go down, my nigga, I'm gonna need you, the wife and the family, and my sister down here.
Well,
Don't worry about it. But moving on from that, moving on. But moving on from that though. Yeah, you heard of the kid, what's his name? Julian Brown?
Julian Brown.
Yeah, he's the inventor of Plastoline, turning the discarded plastic into fuel.
Oh, he's a black, look like African guy.
Yeah, but he's from Georgia.
Yeah. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
gentleman.
think I think he need protection at all. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Exact. Immediately, you should hear. You should. I'm gonna read. Let me see. I don't even remember which one I put.
What's his last name? Brown.
I think it's Julian Brown. It's definitely Julian Brown.
A 21-year-old inventor of Metro Atlantic, known for his invention of plastoline, which converts plastic waste usable fuel like gasoline. I know they was knocking him
Yeah,
on,
before
on YouTube because they was saying that
the fuel is
the
dirty.
yeah, exactly. Okay, see, educated. We know that there was
Yeah,
something
bro.
there.
Like, yeah, this wasn't my It's just he popped back up on my timeline. I'm like, you know what? That must be fate or whatever you call it, like a good coincidence. Because I was talking about him before. I was listening about him before, and it's like, yeah, I might as well speak on this dude because this dude will need protection. I'm gonna start off. I'll speak on this dude because this dude will need protection. Everybody always wants to ask me how much per gallon does it take to take plastic waste and turn it into a gallon of my Plastoline, a gasoline alternative made from plastic waste. Well, let me tell you what it's going to be. $0 per gallon. How? Because starting next month, I'm going to begin the journey of running this complete machine completely off of solar. I will take the sunlight and harness the rays of the sun at a cost of $0 per kilowatt to operate the world's first ever handmade continuous microwave pyrolysis reactor to convert plastic waste, mixed, sorted, clean, dirty, whatever. Take that plastic waste out the ocean, out the landfills, out the waste stream, and turn it into fuel. $0 a gallon. So are you ready? Are you with me on this journey? Because I'm going to need all your help. I'm going to need every single one of your help to do this solar. But stay tuned because we're going to worry about that soon when that time comes next month. But I'm telling you guys now how much it's going to cost me to make a gallon of Plastoline. Everybody always wants to ask me how much per gallon does it take to take plastic waste. Exactly. Just a picture of that though. He halfway cleaning landfills with all the plastic, and he turned it into fuel. Now come on now. Come on now. Here's another vid. His machinery.
fluids, and this becomes the oils or the. Look at that. Gorgeous. So I got a little bit of Plastoline. Plastoline! Gasoline alternative that I made 100% from plastic waste. And what we have here is a beautiful vintage truck. And today, the 6th of April, 2025, I'm about to put Plastoline inside of the truck and run it for the first time in history. So, are we all ready? Yeah! Let's do it! Plastic in the fuel. Yeah. So, I'm going to be pouring the Plastoline in right here. And right here, we have a hose that goes right to the fuel pump. So I'm going to pour the Plastoline in this can, and when the engine is cranked, it's going to pull the Plastoline directly into the engine. So this will be running off of 100% pure Plastoline. So I'm going to pour it in, and then everybody will be able to come and see what it looks like inside of the thing. So.
Yeah, his cameraman is shitty.
That pour. All right. And just for history's sake, I kind of want, a few of you guys to come up and see and confirm that there is stuff in the can. For history's sake, for the video's sake, nobody's going to say we didn't do it.
It's very
What
yellow.
are you aiming at? You got me thinking it's me.
Hey, and for the record, just how about the smoke? And you guys, is it gasoline in there? Yeah. Well, it's fine. You guys are supposed to say no. You're supposed to say it's gasoline. Does this smell different from gasoline?
Yeah, it's way different.
Yes, it's different. So this is not gasoline that we just put in here. This is plastic. Together, thank you all for making this possible, coming out for all your support. And we're about to make history right now. You ready, Bobby? Let's do it. Plastic in the fuel. Come on, baby.
Give us some gas, dude. That shit turned on strong too. Yes, sir. All by using garbage. All by using garbage. Now tell me, we need Secret Service around this dude, man. Because he gonna slip and fall in the tub and somehow break his neck.
Yep.
Or some other, he's gonna choke on a chicken bone. He gonna, for some reason, wanna take a trip to the west side of Atlanta. For whatever reason, for some reason now, he ain't been there ever, but he gonna just somehow take a trip to the west side of Atlanta and just not make it back and be found somewhere on Martin Luther King with a needle in his arm with Plastoline in it.
That's facts.
So, I mean, like, you got to protect. And then he's only 21 years old. He actually almost deleted himself. And he almost blew up.
I'm completely self-taught with everything except for welding.
Self-taught.
So all of the electrical sides of my machine, the mechanical engineering, the chemistry, I have taught myself through doing it. In researching and having the in-person experience, things sometimes will be very difficult to learn how to do it properly and do it safely. And so I would say the biggest problem I overcame was when I earlier this year, or not this year, but 2024, around May, I had an explosion of my machine because I had a mechanical device that I did not turn on. And so that was a big problem to overcome because I was hospitalized from that explosion for a few months, and I had to learn the importance of having protocols, having a list of of how you're going to turn things on in order
Folks,
so
he
you don't
was
forget
sizzled.
anything important and you have an accident.
He was definitely sizzled.
We're so happy that everything is good with you because that's really, really dangerous. But that was I was about to ask. So how did you test your machines? Maybe you can tell a little more for our viewers, just the process, how it was.
Absolutely. So in short, how it works is plastic is made of petroleum, right? But the petroleum in plastic is trapped within it, right? So in order for us to get the petroleum out of the plastic, it needs to be heated up. But this process that I do is not the same as burning the plastic outright. Of course, we know plastic is flammable. If you set it on fire, it burns very well. I'm completely self-taught.
Yo, so that dude, man, like you doing this shit on your own, bro? Like you really, really doing this on your own? And I think I got the footage of him burning himself. All right, yeah, I do have it. CeeLo, what it do?
Get the next man with plastic into fuel reactor.
And it blew up.
Come back. Oh, wait. This is plastic diesel. Get this man here. I'm out. Right now,
That's
I
great.
mean, that young man is awesome, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Yo, word. Shout out to Julian Brown, bro. Protect that man. Hold that man down, man. He believed in his dream. He done got blown up, burnt up, and he's still at it. So I respect it. And I think he can change the world with that. At least America.
Facts. As long as he stay alive, bro.
As long as he's alive. Because for some reason, man, every time somebody invents something that's awesome, bear suits and stuff like that, they just somehow never see them again. We never see them again. Now I'm gonna move on. Shout out to him once again. Shout out to Julian Brown, 21 years old. Look, that is crazy. 21, bro. We sitting there trying to get to the MLB, NFL. This dude is inventing fuel. Like, come on now. All right, moving on now. I'm gonna talk a little bit of politics. Now, there's a video of a dude from a leader from Kenya, and he basically makes fun of other countries. And he says, they're begging for money from Donald Trump or from the US. So basically Donald Trump.
People the other day crying, oh, Trump has removed money. He said he's not giving us any more money. Why are you crying? It's not your government, it's not your country. He has no reason to give you anything. You don't pay taxes in America. He's appealing to his people. This is a wake-up call for you to say, okay, what are we going to do to help ourselves? Nobody is going to continue holding out a hand there to give you. It is time for us to use our resources for the right things. We are the ones who are using them for the wrong things.
Think you got a point there, bro?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you sitting there like you're not from here, you don't live here. Like you said, you don't pay taxes. And you mad at our president for not giving you money? Like, what do our president got to do with your country? Like,
That's facts.
see, Donald Trump is doing what my mom's would have wanted and what she used to always say. That's why I know she was a Republican too. She used to always say, man, these folks are always trying to fix up everywhere else. And his problems right here at home. Always said that. Always. Even though she loved Kennedy, I know she was a Republican. Because that's all right. It's okay. But man, I got a video with these young ladies. They're not actually young, but it was beautiful. I don't know if I could find it. I don't want to try to look too much because I thought I was smart. Okay, I do have it. This is what I was saying about Black Republicans, and I don't know what people. That's why I say people don't do their homework. People do not do homework. They just be mad just to be mad. Like, but here we go. Where y'all at, ladies?
And at the same time, I guess
38% of Black children are living in poverty.
yes,
73% of Black mothers are single mothers.
yes,
40% of government assistant cases are Black Americans.
yes.
Do you think that the Democratic Party is serving Black Americans well?
No, I don't. No, I don't. And you have to remember that it was the Republican Party that started. In the beginning, Black people was for the Republicans. And what year? I don't remember when it got turned around. But right, yes. Under Johnson.
Lyndon B. Johnson.
Right. That's the New Deal. Yeah. Thank you. I know my history. Thank you.
I said this last week.
I've heard of Frederick. Black people voted Republican. In fact, in fact, they was the ones who, when Lincoln was in office, Black people was all in that office until Woodrow Wilson, the Democrat, took him out. The racist that he was, okay, took him out, left one, and he had to share the party that he was in, share whatever office that he is in with a Democrat white person, okay? That was Woodrow Wilson who did that. And then the ones that was Democrats and they were Black, they were the slave owners, because almost 4,000 Blacks were slave owners, and they treated the Blacks for work. They treated their slaves worse than the white man. And at the same time, not only was the white man 10% of the white population that was slave owners, the one that was pushing up right behind them with the most slaves was the Cherokee Indians. Okay, that's my family. And then the third ones was the Black Americans that was here. That was the free men, the free slaves, and the free men, the former slaves and the free men. They was the one who ran the Republican Party, okay, until Woodrow Wilson.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. That's all I needed from you, ma'am. Mama Love, let me call you Mama Love. I'm gonna put some respect on that. Thank you, Mama Love, for your history lesson. Does that make her, what is she, a Sambo? She a Sambo to you, Doc?
Nope.
Sound like she was spitting facts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Facts. Sound like you need to be a Republican, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you heard him.
You're stupid. But that's facts, though. But I mean, you got to know the history. You got to know. Like, again, like I said, we go Democrats, and if you go back and look at history, you would see otherwise. You would see that we wasn't eligible for no benefits from no government at one point in time. The government didn't want to help us with nothing. We had this stuff, but our community was much stronger.
Thank you.
Was you know, we was amongst ourselves. You know what I mean?
Say that. Yo, I was just about to say that's exactly what you said. I'm just going to piggyback off what he said. The community was strong. That's when you had the Black Wall Streets, and they made sure when that was thriving, what happened there. And we had villages, and not villages, but towns and thriving neighborhoods, and we had what's my spot called? Damn.
Rosewood. There's a lot of places.
Yeah, you had Rosewood. I'm thinking about then later on we had places like Lenox Terrace, Harlem. Like they was still like Harlem was one of the now I can't speak on BK. I mean you can if you want, if you adding on to what I'm saying. Like Harlem was basically black owned forever.
No, it was.
It black owned. Like Harlem, when you think Harlem, you think the Renaissance, you think black, you think what do you call affluence? You think the coming of ages, like Harlem was it. I love my city, man. Yeah, Harlem is a city. I said it.
And then Harlem, and then people got ran out of Harlem and they moved to Chicago.
That too.
Or the hustlers.
Yeah, because get your black ass out of here, boy. But not only that, here's the bad part. For the most part, and Mr. Goodbread, shout out to Mr. Goodbread, man. Mr. Goodbread says this a lot. Yo, our people ain't teach us anything, man.
Like they didn't know nothing, bro. Like I said, like we've been brainwashed. We've been brainwashed. We've been and not only that we've been brainwashed, because I ain't gonna say that we don't know no better, because the people that's been preaching it has been told that they were liars. Then a lot of people fell to the pandemic of crack, cocaine, fell to the pandemic of being
epidemic.
Yeah, epidemic, but I'm gonna call it a pandemic because they put that shit out there for the killers. You know what I mean? That's why I'm calling the pandemic. It wasn't naturally made, and these people, but epidemic. These people put it out there to destroy the black community, bro, and they did it in all types of fashion and forms. You know what I mean?
And I agree with that 100%. That's CIA, DEA, ABC, BBD.
Yep. And when we try to form something to benefit us, we looked at it something different. And I go by with the 5% used to preach. You know what I mean? It was 10% that know, we the 5% trying to teach the deaf, dumb, and blind. The 85%, you know what I mean? And blind. You know what I mean? So people didn't want to look at that aspect either. But if you be for real and look at what they was teaching, you know what I mean? They was teaching something for a person to be, maybe
a man,
yes, to be solidified for themselves and build their own foundation.
Be in control of your own destiny. I started to understand. Only thing I can't get with the 5%, I'm not gonna stop eating pork for no one except for my own health. So that's why I could never, but I respect it because that's how I judge women. I'm gonna keep it 100. I think 85% of them just running wild and stupid. You got 10% that know better, but they adding to the dumb shit, and then you got the 5%, like the one you probably got in the house, and the one I got over here.
The 10% is the OnlyFans ones that's making
and they don't think it's wrong.
monetizing their thing.
Nah, but yeah, true. But they the ones out there sitting there saying ain't nothing wrong with it, and they know damn well everything is wrong about it. Those are the ones you like. Well, if body count don't matter, then how many you what's your body count? I think that's rude and disrespectful. I thought it didn't matter. That's the 10%ers right there. Yeah. They don't the ones that don't like being called out on a ish because they think they too smooth, too slick. Sorry, shorty, from New York over here. That means New York City. Let me specify. So I'm from Buffalo. Stay there. Stay in Buffalo, bro. Josh Allen.
I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I can't even call it kid. With these females out here, you just got some that's so tainted, so not even the tainted, not even the word, so damaged. You know what I mean? And don't
Right.
know where and how to repair themselves, my nigga. Like, and I'm telling you, this is the first time in my life, bro, that I ain't cheat on a chick ever. You know what I mean? Since I've been with a chick. And it's just crazy how people just look at things differently, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's sometimes dangerous. Like,
No fact though, it's dangerous and scary, bro. It's dangerous and
yeah,
scary because especially when you're dealing with somebody totally different than what you are, and their reaction could get, a SWAT team to your house. You know what I mean? That's
right.
just scary, bro.
Shit, I believe it, bro. Like you see, they setting men up, and man, listen, and then they're not paying for it, bro. That's the problem with it. Most of them ain't paying for it.
Nope.
Like, look at. I can't stop mentioning him, man. But I'm an advocate, man. Look at Trevor Bauer, bro.
Yeah.
Look at Trevor Bauer. He was a Major League Baseball player. He went through all of the motions with this woman who he pounded out, and I don't mean violently. I mean but he pounded out, and then she sat there. They got text messages of her saying that she's gonna try to get that bag. She's gonna let daddy choke her out, and this, that, and the third. And then another major league player, we gonna call him a simp. He was sitting there like, girl, you better get that money. And then she sat there and was like, I'll give you some money if I come up, I'll throw you 50,000. And I'm sitting here like, bruh, you are not a bruh. Matter of fact, you're not a bro, you a bruh. What are you doing? And that made me mad instantly. It instantly made me mad. Like, you really sided with the bruh. And that man hasn't pitched in the major leagues in how many years? 3? Is this his 3rd year not pitching?
Yes, 3rd year.
And that man said he would pitch for the veteran minimum. You mean to tell me that man ain't better than Frankie Montas? I had to throw a name out there, and I used his because I didn't like that pickup. So, oh well. You don't think he better than Frankie Montas, bro?
I think he is.
Hell yeah, he better than Frank. And you know what's crazy? I watch clips of his games, bro. Like I told you, that shit it pissed me off, man. So I watch clips all the time. I basically subscribe to fucking Trevor Bauer. I watch him pitch, and I'm sitting here like, wow.
And in the game, Frankie Montas for the record, I mean, it's the game. He wins the Cy Young Award.
Bro, in the game, Trevor Bauer, Walker Buehler, and I guess Jake DeGrom are like the cream of the crop. Cream of the crop, bro. And it's every year, consistent. And that man will never have a career again. Like, sub, and share. Appreciate you for coming in. But Trevor Bauer got jerked out of like, what, $50 million because he didn't get to finish out his contract.
Mm-hmm.
And this woman is still walking around poisoning people. Still walking around poisoning people with her lies and deceit. And that shit lets you know right there, if you are a man, shit, what's the actor's name, bro? Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors' career might be over.
Yeah, he got the raw end of the stick, boys.
It's crazy how men are found not guilty, but we still pay a price. Like, for real, like, let's say, look at the Central Park 5. They paid that price.
Mm-hmm.
And since I'm talking about them, since I mentioned them, I'm going to segue myself to talk about Donald Trump real quick. That's the problem where people say Donald Trump was racist. You know what's crazy? At that time, Donald Trump was a Republican, and he basically threw all his chips on the wrong side at the wrong time. Because when you just blindly, before you know anything that, any information, you sit there like, you just agree like they did it. And if they did it, you get what I'm saying? You understand what I'm trying to say, bro? Yeah, so you just sitting there off of, you don't even know. You just going off of what T.O.N.Y and Jack Cafferty, Ernie Anastas. I don't even know these news people anymore, bro. I'm just going off the old ones from New York. You going off what Connie Chung, what they saying. So what they saying, since you listen to them every night, you just sitting there like, that's what he did. Oh, they did it. No. And that's where they get Donald Trump is racist. Nah, he just fucked up that one time. He messed up pretty damn good that one time. He just threw all his money on the wrong horse in that instance. But I haven't seen anything racist about the man. I think he's like one of the biggest patriotic presidents since what's the dude name? General Grant?
Roosevelt.
No, General Grant.
General Grant.
Yeah, Roosevelt. By the time he was president, he wouldn't even be able to fight off a urination. Remember, he had the rubella, measles, what the hell? He had something. Polio.
Yeah.
He had polio. Damn, I don't know how I remember all this useless shit, but I'm gonna pat myself on the back real quick. But we gonna go to who? Wait, let me see what this is about.
Fatherdry that we love.
Okay, yeah, that's not it. Sorry, y'all. Okay, we're gonna go to this is the title. This is not me. Are white college-educated women in America brainwashed? Throw the black ones in there too. Shh.
White college indoctrinated women will ruin America if we let them. They are brainwashed. They are completely indoctrinated. The worldview that is being uploaded to young women on a daily.
That is a white man. That is a white man. That is Charlie Kirk. That's my guy. I don't know him, but that's my guy. And we got to have a talk about he believes that everything for a black man is the same as for a white man, which he's only partially correct. Partially. But that's for another day.
Basis is
We're gonna rewind that.
the worldview that is being uploaded to young women on a daily basis is hyper narcissistic, hyper selfish. I am the only one that matters. Who are you to tell me how I should act? And it makes them miserable. I do not know how to solve this problem. I am open to suggestions.
And that's my boy Charlie Kirk. He goes to all kinds of, and I mean, for college-educated students, even if freshmen, I don't care. You made it to college. These folks are not bright, and not just the white girls. It is not just the white girls. It is all of the girls, American girl, even the men too. I'm not gonna. It's not a sexist thing. Like the men too. This young generation, this whole generation, like. Fathers are needed more than ever, but that's another story too. Here's another young lady. She's not really young, but she's a Republican, so I love her.
I don't want to hear it.
Wait.
Beheadings, canings, torture. This is how Americans are treated by other governments. But meanwhile, we have libs calling it inhumane to deport illegal aliens. Give me a break. Remember Otto Warmbier, who was sentenced to 15 years of hard labor in North Korea for supposedly stealing a poster? They ultimately ended up sending him home, but not before they blinded him, made him deaf, beat him unconscious. They broke all of his arms and legs. He was completely disfigured. His father said that his teeth looked like they had been rearranged with a pair of pliers because he was tortured. And he ultimately died just a few days after he got here because they sent us a mostly dead hostage back. Or how about John and Betty Stam, American missionaries who were marched 12 miles to their death by the Red Army in communist China in 1934? John was beheaded in front of his wife, and then she was killed with the same sword that beheaded her husband. And right before that, she had managed to hide their infant child, their daughter, and miraculously the child lived. Or remember Michael Fay, the American who was publicly caned as a punishment for vandalism in Singapore?
You remember that, Doc?
Collecting people and sending them back to their home country is benign. by comparison. I don't want to.
Benign means it's nothing. It's nothing. It's like when somebody has a tumor, it's benign, it's nothing. You don't have to worry about it. And what she's saying is right. It's not threatening. Benign, non-threatening. It's nothing.
Hear it.
Like I said, she ain't saying anything wrong there. And yo, you know what, Doc? Now that I'm sitting here saying it now, I wish we could have sat down with my moms as adults, bro, and you could have heard some of the things that I was taught as a kid, bro. Like that woman has to be Republican. Had to be. Because that woman believed in hard work. She didn't believe in sitting on your ass. That's why it's easy for me to call people lazy. And especially it's even easier when you're sitting on your ass and expecting something to happen for you while sitting on your ass. And then get mad at me because I call it what it is. That's lazy. You're a loser. I'm sorry. Like you got two people here that lived in conditions people couldn't even fathom. Like you did that, my nigga? Yeah, we did that. Light. No complaining, no nothing. I didn't complain. Did you complain?
Nope.
It's nothing. Who are you complaining to? You made your conditions better. You stepped your fucking game up. And that's I'm not with all right. I'm with for assisting people in need. Yes, I am, if you need it. But I'm not with it for life. A person should never be on welfare for life unless they're disabled. A person should never be on welfare for life unless you are disabled and collecting disability. That's a loser move. And yes, I'm a taxpayer. Of course, I didn't say these things when I sold drugs. I didn't pay taxes. Every time I see this dude, FICA, and all these people on my check, I get upset. I get upset because I've never had welfare. I've never had assistance a day in my life. For dudes, you need bros. For women, you marry government zaddy, like Mr. Goodbread says. You marry government zaddy. And that's what happened. Women married the government. The man left the home. The man was pushed out of the home. Mm-hmm. And that's just like, duh. Now I'm gonna move on to something else real quick with these Democrats. That's why I'm trying to get my brother here to time to jump ship, bro. You ain't gotta be like an extreme Republican, you know. Just get away from that, bro. Because the homework I do, Democrats looking bad, bro. And I can't have my people. I'm gonna have to get aligned with my sis. You know who I'm talking about. Shout out to Sha. I'm gonna have to get in touch with her, make her Republican. I'm gonna have to talk to your children. The Black Republican is not a sellout. The Black Republican is not a Sambo. That's how we started. Say it again.
She want assistance.
Yo, I ain't gonna hide yo. I ain't gonna hide you. Can't have you talking about one of my favorite people, one of the few people I've actually accepted in life. It ain't a lot of them. It's not a lot of them, especially of the female variety. So, you know, I'm gonna virtually throw this drink in your face in honor of my sister. Colorful, Shaw. Shit. But nah, for real though, man. What the Democratic Party has been playing themselves. It's like they become so fucking warped. And everything is feelings, man. I don't know if you see it how I'm seeing it, bro. But everything is based off feelings, man. Everything. And it's like the Republican Party is trying to sit there like, yo, you can feel all you want to feel. But we are not accepting this. and then you get called names for not accepting it. Because it's not reality, bro. It's just not reality, my man. You got somebody 6'4", 200 pounds with a 12-inch wang talking about they identify as a female. and then you got these liberals.
That picture, excuse me, that picture that you put up, I think it was today or sometime yesterday.
With the vaginas.
Yep.
Yeah, of course. Matter of fact, I'm gonna bring up the photo that he speaks of, because we ain't over here. We ain't gonna sit here and lie to nobody. I'm not lying, not for them. Wow, you know what's crazy? Somebody just commented on it as we speak.
Yep.
That is what you are, sir. That's you. That's you over there. I'm gonna make sure you get to see who you are. See who you is. Ain't nobody going for that. I'm not going for that.
Ain't going for that.
No, no can do. Yeah, we not going for that. And then here's another bad point, and this is why you get called Sambo. A lot of Democrats are black women. A lot. And that shit is just, the Democratic Party, like I said, goes off of feelings, bro. They don't use logic, reasoning. That's why you will sit here right now. I guarantee you, bro. If you can go somewhere and get people to talk to you, ask 10 women if a trans woman a real woman. And then if I could do it, I'll do it down here. I bet you I get more no's down here than you get up there.
Yep.
And that's the difference with the red states and the blue states. I'm gonna keep it 100. I didn't care before. I didn't care. I will not stress this enough. I did not give a shit about politics when I was hustling, before I paid taxes, before I started being in the house more, because of course you become I wasn't a 9 to 5 specifically. I was an 11 to 7 hitter. And after a while now, what it is when you start seeing folks, when I started seeing people feeding into the delusions of others, mostly women, feeding into the delusions of either other women or confused men. Not to be mistaken for gay men. Gay man is a gay man. Nobody cares. That's normal. But now when the gay man sits there and says, no, I'm a woman like you, I have a problem with that. And it's funny. I'm supposed to be the misogynist. I'm supposed to be the sexist with stupid shit. But that bothers me more than it bothers women.
I don't know, man.
No, but think about it. Why did this not? Because it bothers me that Brittany Griner thinks she's a father. Have you heard her? They had she got interviewed, and she got congratulated for being a mother. Because I think her and her wife adopted a baby. Well, how else would it be born? Duh. Well, no, hold up. My fault. I think they adopted a baby. Unless you know what I mean? I forgot. It's 2 ways you could do that. But she's like, oh, no. I'm a pops. I wanted to punch that bro in her face, bro. And then it's like, I wanted to do what President Trump did that women are still mad at when he's grabbing stuff. Grab her by the, you know what I mean? Like, this is what you got. This is you. And if it wasn't so doodly, I'd show you. I know how to work this thing right here. But she straight up pisses me off. And the fact that she gets acknowledged as a father, even if it's by one person, is upsetting. And it makes me wonder, how are women not upset at these dudes, these masculine men, sitting there saying that, I mean, these feminine men, they feminine with masculine features. So I identify as a woman. Yes, I'm a woman just like you. Yes. I just so happen to be 6'5" with a hairy chest and a penis. You just hating. I just call it a big iterus. And women said, that's right, girl. That's why a lot of men, well, I'm going to say myself, I don't even care about how people feel about me. That's why I feel like y'all not reliable at all. Y'all not reliable. And I'm starting to come around to the fact that I don't think y'all should vote neither. For real. Because y'all voting with y'all feelings. And I mean American women, just American women. And you know what's crazy? It's all the first nation kind of countries. Like England, just as bad as America. You hear the things these women say out their mouth, like, it's like, man, listen. Now, I never was for the woman being in the kitchen. I'm not that dude. Like, damn, women should be in the kitchen, blah, blah, blah. Nah, get a job, but you're going to pay like you weigh, and you can stay, baby. Because there's nowhere in hell you think you went to school for 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, and you're supposed to live for free. Like, who are you talking to? I'm the drug dealer. I'm the street hitter. You ain't going to con me. That's why it's like, man, if you find you a normal one, you better hold her. But not to get too far off. Let me see what we got. Because for real, educated people are like educated females in America. It's like it makes them feel like I'm a man too. Like, no, girl, you just went to school. Congratulations. Here go these bills, and here goes this bill for tuition. And it's like, all right, you work hard, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And nobody likes that modern shit. We just like the technology. Now, hold on. Who we got next? Wait, who is this? Is this?
Do you believe then that men can become pregnant?
Oh, yeah. There we go. That's segue. Beautiful.
Do you believe then that men can become pregnant and have abortions?
Yes. Impossible, my dear lady. That's absurd. Unthinkable.
Why?
No, I want you to hear that
Do
again.
you believe then that men can become pregnant and have abortions?
Yes. Impossible, my dear lady. That's absurd. Unthinkable.
Why?
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
And that was at a big meeting. Like, I don't even know what you call that shit. It's not a meeting. It's a meeting, but it looked like when the citizens gather and they talk to like city council.
Boy, really?
Like a forum. Yeah, like a forum kind of thing. Like, and that shit's crazy. When I saw that woman sat there and said, yes. Then you have men sitting there and saying, some men can get a menstrual cycle. What? What man? Who?
You must bleed out of that, so.
Come on. Yeah, so you get your menstrual cycle after you deal with a black man for the night. That's what you're saying.
I don't know. Maybe his father, you know.
Nah, they deal with a black man all of a sudden now. They bleeding out their anus.
No.
And this is horrible. And hold on, what's this one about?
Because right now, Britain is a joke.
Oh, yeah. Didn't I just say that England is the same as the US?
Mm-hmm.
I just said that, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, Britain is a joke, and it has been for some. Because right now, Britain is a joke, and it has been for some time. Take this, for example. £10 million was set aside for local inquiries into the rape gangs by the Labour government. just £10 million. This year alone, we sent £133 million to Pakistan in foreign aid.
He said for his country, only £10 million were spent for great victims. £10 million for great victims. Fair use. £10 million, but £133 million for another country. And here it goes.
My view, scrap every single penny. Or at the very least, use it as a weapon to force the Pakistani government to accept their deported rapists and criminals. I want the British government to put the British people at the top of the agenda. We should make no apologies for that. Learn from Trump. Let's be unapologetically patriotic.
Learn from who? Hold up.
To learn
British
from
people at the top of the agenda. We should make no apologies for that. Learn from Trump. Let's be unapologetically patriotic. Slash tax across the border. Enforce the border. Deport those with no right to be here. Accept biological reality. Fight back against wokery.
You heard that? Biological reality? You know what that means, right? A man is a man and a woman is a woman. You ain't gonna, no, man. I shouldn't have been born at this time, and neither should my wife. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. That woman is as conservative as, but she's from Georgia. She's from a red state, so she's conservative as fuck. And it's like we should not have been born now. Doc either, but he gonna come around because he has no choice but to listen to me, and then he gonna get tired of me, and either he gonna have to hit me for me to stop. He ain't gonna hit me. I'm in Georgia. But he will be a Republican before he closes his eyes forever. And I mean that shit.
Bulldoze nonsensical foreign aid, eradicate DEI, deliver sensible infrastructure, carpet bomb public sector waste, brutally crack down on crime, and plenty more.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. And I agree with that man totally. That's how all countries should be. You should strive to be the best version of yourself. Margie used to always sit there and say, like, they letting all these people in this country, and then she used to mention the things that used to happen to Americans. Shout out to Ma, except for the cards. But shout out to Ma Dukes. Because, you know, when I sit and I do my little homework and I start going down the damn pause rabbit hole, it's like, yo, everything Eva was saying was right, bro. Everything she was talking about. And I used to make fun of it sometimes because she was a Southern woman and her accent and the way she used to say it used to be funny. And I'm like, this woman crazy, man. All the shit she used to say was real. I remember she sat there and told me my whole generation wasn't shit. She's telling the truth. She is telling the truth. My whole generation ain't shit. Just because a few people are good, the whole generation ain't shit. I've said it. Black people done fell from grace in what year was that? The Lyndon B. Johnson era. Black women fell from grace. Black people fell from grace. The black man is trying to hold it down now. The black man has become a better version of himself. Trying to be at home, not at home, but at least trying to be around the kids that they've created. And it's been made difficult by Lyndon B. Johnson's granddaughters and great-granddaughters. You get what I mean? And it's been difficult. The black man has improved. I've seen that. The black man is trying to be in the home, or at least in the life of the child. The black woman is not trying to let him. Of course, not all the time. I just don't like saying it. Shit, if that's not you, then if it don't apply, let it fly. I don't like explaining myself because I'm a man. I don't have to. Why does a lion have to explain itself to lambs? I said that. Yeah, I just said that. Lion don't explain itself to lambs. Fuck, I'm explaining myself to a woman for. If it's not you, it's not you. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at yourself. Yeah, I said that, Doc. I'm not, man, listen, bro. I told you I wasn't supposed to be born when I was born. I wasn't supposed to be born then. I'm not supposed to be an 80s baby. I'm supposed to be a 20s baby. Me and my mother probably supposed to be siblings instead of fucking mother and son. Like, my mom was born during Prohibition, like, for real, B. And every now and then I wish she would have been one of them fast asses. And I'd have just been born real early. Nope. But all right, that's another story. Now we just make fun of Kamala Harris for 20 seconds.
And as of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active...
Hold on. This one I forgot. It needs to be visual.
...duty in a combat zone in any war zone around the world. The first time this...
Wait, what?
But let's understand...
So where the f are we right now?
And as of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone in any war zone around the world. The first time this...
Wait, what?
But let's understand...
So where the f are we right now?
And as of today...
Exactly. Bold-faced lie. How you sit there and say that and you legitimately got soldiers out in another country? Where the fuck are we? Oh. Here's 46 seconds of straight stupidity. Yo, bro. Take my wrist, man. I would say take my hand, but that's pause. Take my wrist, bro.
That's pause too, nigga.
No, it's not. No, it's not, bro, because you on the floor. You on the ground right now, bro. I'm trying to pick you up, man. Grab my wrist, bro. Let's go, man. Come on, man. You on the ground, man. You ain't standing up right now, bro. Them Dems ain't, bro. All right, watch. Off the air, folks. Off the air. I'm gonna hypnotize this man. Pause. That just sounded weird. That's why I had to say it.
You want me to grab his wrist and then you gonna hypnotize me? Check it out. Come on.
You see how they trying to come at the Republicans? This is how they try to throw the shit off of themselves and onto us. Now, listen to this, bro. These are your Republicans, bro. I mean, Democrats, bro. These are your folks, man. And it's bad because I do see you're a conservative Democrat, which is like rare, bro. It's rare. That's why you just might as well just change from Power 105, bro. Hot 97 is fire, bro. Hot 97, kid.
Should Mike Tyson, have you heard of him?
Yes, I have.
If he identifies as a female, should he be allowed to enter a boxing match with a biological female?
Well, the short answer is yes, somebody who is trans.
After 20 fights, I was undefeated. Only one fighter stood between me and the belt.
I can't really show that because that's a movie part, and I'm gonna keep talking just so that they don't bother me for a movie part. But that was Scary Movie, and that's when female Tyson fought the white girl. Bro, you mean to tell me that man said if Mike Tyson identified as a female, he has the right to fight a biological female? Did he just say that, bro? Did y'all just hear that, folks? Did y'all just hear that? And you still want to stay on that side, bro? You know it's called the left for a reason, right? It's called the left because they ain't never gonna be right, bro. Come through, bro. Listen, the wrist is extended, bro. Let's go, my G. It's time to leave, bro. You got people in leadership sitting there saying, Mike Tyson, I don't know what he's the leader of, but Mike Tyson can biologically go in the ring as a fake woman and fight a biological female, and it's okay. You don't see nothing wrong with that, Doc?
I don't know.
Yo, you sound like a liberal now. Don't go liberal. Don't go liberal on me.
Everybody's equal.
Oh Lord. Yeah, there's a kick a dude off the show button, my G. Don't do that.
Everybody's equal.
Shit, I wish I would believe a woman would ever be my equal. You could be my equal opposite. That's beautiful. But I think this child is so cute.
What?
This child is cute as hell. Her feelings are so hurt.
What? Are you serious? What? Are you serious? What?
Yo, bro, I must have listened to that shit like 10 times in a row, bro. That's how I'm gonna torture my children. You're a Democrat. You know what's worse? You're liberal. No! I'ma love it. I'ma love it. I'ma love it. I'ma love it. But yeah, bro, this shit is what the hell is this? What I got here? Hold on. Oh, yeah. Dude killed them with like one line. Yeah, he just destroyed him.
We don't believe in science. We don't believe in experts. We don't believe in research. We don't believe in that. We believe in conspiracy theories.
With all due respect, Representative, your party can't define what a woman is. So please don't talk to me about science.
I respectfully, this question is we don't believe in science. We don't believe in experts. We don't believe in research. We don't believe in that. We believe in conspiracy theories.
With all due respect, Representative, your party can't define what a woman is. So please don't talk to me about science.
Gotcha ass. Gotcha ass. Bro, how you gonna talk to me? You can't define what a woman is. And that be the crazy shit with the Charlie Kirk. With Charlie Kirk, he simply asks women, "What is a woman?" A lot of these podcast guys and a lot of these guys that speak in public forums, when these liberals come up, they ask them, "What is a woman?" And that's how you can tell who a liberal is. Every last one of them uses the word woman when defining woman. You're not supposed to use the word that you're supposed to be defining. Because how the hell am I supposed to understand? What do you mean? Someone that identifies as a woman. What does that mean? And that's what they say. Someone that identifies as a woman. And it's like, wow. And then Charlie Kirk had a lunatic come on, and she sat there and said, "I'm a man. Look me in my eyes." Bruh. I don't know if I'm gonna find that one. But I did find this one. We got another Jesse Smollett. Another Jesse Smollett. If you don't know who Jesse Smollett is, he was the one who sat there and said he got bum rushed by a bunch of Trump supporters because he was a rainbow. It was Trump supporters, right? MAGA hats?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We might have another one right here.
I was hate crime 5 times in one night, okay? 3 of them by Trump supporters.
What happened to you?
I was just walking, and then I see this truck full of 4 white men pass by me, MAGA apparel, everything, They drove past me, and they were like, you bend over.
Okay, so they said the N-word on campus to you?
Well, yes.
Okay, so what happened to them when you reported them?
I didn't report them.
Threatening to rape you is an intent of a crime. Did you go to the police? You file a police report? You hire an attorney? Did you sue the school? Did you go to the civil rights office? Did you file a civil rights complaint? Did you do any of that? Because you should.
Okay.
No, did you? Tell me. Yes or no?
I did not. But
why?
I'm not going to argue with you.
No, but you're coming in front of 2,000 people to say it. Why did you not go to the university and say this happened?
Next instance, they threatened to rape me and then just drove off.
Hold on. So a bunch of Trump guys,
right?
Largely white heterosexual males, that also threatened to rape.
Right.
Different group of people, but yes.
I'm going to show you the university official, and why don't you go file a Department of Education complaint, and let's find these terrible people that did this to you. Can we agree?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll think about
And by the way, we'll be able to look at security camera footage, and we'll see.
Okay.
But you didn't do that.
Can I try to
You'll
finish?
think about it. Hold on. Why wouldn't you want to do that immediately? No, honestly, I think you're Jussie Smollett at this campus. I think you're completely making something. I think you are a complete liar because I am now giving you an opportunity to report this at the high. I will bring this to Linda McMahon, the head of the Department of Education, the federal government. I will make sure these people are arrested by Kash Patel, the head of the FBI. And you'll say, oh, I'll think about it. Because you're making this up. You're doing this for a political purpose. So will you, no, seriously, Kash Patel will get involved. Yes? It's a hate crime. That's not acceptable. Will you do this or not?
That's really cute, Charlie, but I'm trying to give you the opportunity to alleviate hate within this group of people who have a shared ideology.
But hold on a second. There's no hate. There's just love of America here in this audience. That's all that's here today, okay? That's all that's here.
Yeah! What you think? You believe him?
Yep.
Oh, man, you little damn liberal. Yo, we just had technical difficulties. We lost Doc. I ain't know Doc was a fan of Jussie Smollett.
I did like him on Empire. I ain't gonna hold you up, bro. I like the whole Empire cast, but they just turned out to be weird. But yeah, but besides the point, I don't believe him though.
Nah, bro. Yeah, I mean, and as far as answering, I mean not answering, but replying to your Jussie Smollett thing about, yeah, I enjoyed Empire too. I thought he was a great actor. No, I ain't got no problem with him. Thought he was a great actor, and then the fact that
I didn't understand why he did that. Like I really,
me neither. I did not get that. Like you're getting money, you're on one of the at the time the best shows that's out.
Yep.
What is wrong with you, Jussie Smollett?
That's that mental thing.
Yeah, I mean, but bro, like you hate Trump that much and that's not even hating Trump. That's just hating white people, really, because those are the only ones walking around with MAGA. I only seen like one dude, one black man, maybe a couple of black men with MAGA hats.
And then for them to be Africans with heavy accents, bro.
Oh, with MAGA hats?
Yeah, they didn't have no MAGA hats.
Wait, who was African with? The Jussie Smollett Jr. Yes, man, bro.
The Republican Party is a party of hate.
Hold up.
Always.
Yeah, this is what I want to I want people to listen to this.
No,
Damn,
I'm talking about the people that got caught for the Jussie
the Africans. I know what you're talking about, the Jussie Smollett.
Yeah, they were two African dudes with heavy accent.
Yeah. That was just like, damn, Smollett. Jussie Smollett. For those that don't know who I'm talking about, it's not Smollett. I'm just doing the Dave Chappelle. Because Dave Chappelle ain't want to get sued. But this has all happened in the news. There's no need for me to say allegedly. Case was thrown out. It was already, he was already found a liar.
The Republican Party is a party of hate. Always was and always will be. At least if you're a Democrat, that's what you believe. But here's a little fun fact. A little history lesson.
It's a black man, too.
It was the president that caused the Trail of Tears. Andrew Jackson, a Democrat. What about the president who threw Japanese in internment camps? Franklin D. Roosevelt, a Democrat. Who was the president that outlawed the KKK? Ulysses S. Grant,
a Republican.
You know the Klan who was started after the Reconstruction, formed by Southern Democrats? Ooh, this is a good one. Who was the party that championed for women's rights? Republicans.
We fucked up there.
Susan B. Anthony was a Republican? I didn't know that. Well, now you know. You know, in 1964, the Democrats opposed the Civil Rights Act? How dare they? Yet it was still able to be passed thanks to House Republicans. Shit, I could do this all night. And of course, the misinformed will deny it and come to my page and leave hateful comments and insults, but I lead with facts. Liberals lead with emotion.
Come on, stop playing with us, B. Stop playing with us, B. Doc, I'm gonna really need you to think about that, man. This is hurting my feelings, bro. This shit is dividing the family. Even though I can never hate you, because I know at the end of the day, no matter how democratic you are, you still have conservative beliefs. And that's what, you know, that's why I feel bad for the Democrats, because you have a lot of Democrats with conservative beliefs, but I think they're outnumbered by, I guess, the modern Democrat, if you will, if I may. And the modern Democrat is, I should be able to get 8 abortions if I want 8 abortions. I should be able to do this. I should be able to do all these things that are horrible. And not only should I be able to do them, you should feel bad for me. For me. That's why you always hear Republicans saying Democrats are selfish. And over time, if you pay attention, you will see that they are selfish.
So if you're going to talk about Black Republicans.
Yeah, now if you're going to talk about Black Republicans, you better be ready.
So if you're going to talk about Black Republicans and where they are today, then I think it's important to know where they began. There are 3 distinct differences of the original Black Republicans, what I call Douglas Republicans, and the ones of today. One, they were being elected, the original Black Republicans, in Black areas, in Black communities. Therefore, they were being held accountable in Black areas and Black communities. The ones of today are elected in all white areas. 2, the original Black Republicans believed in race-conscious and race-specific policies. The ones of today believe in colorblind legislation. Race does not matter. Race neutral. That is a distinct difference from what we saw from the original Black Republicans. Third, the original Black Republicans were progressives. What made Black Republicans progressive? They were looking for economic rights for a life after slavery, voting rights. Folks like Hiram Revels, the first Black senator of Mississippi, well, not even 2. He was a founder of public education, land rights. These were all progressive ideologies. So if you're going to talk about Black Republicans,
bro, this is shit I spoke about before I became a motherfucking Republican my damn self. That's why it's weird for people who are, you know, uninformed. I'm not gonna call them what I want to call them, the S word. You know, I'm not gonna call them that. I'm just gonna say ill-informed. These folks are ill-informed, and you use that Republican word. You're like, oh, you're a sellout. You're this. All Republicans want is for everybody to do their line. You got to do your part. That's what that shit is about. Work. Mm-hmm. That's it. No excuses. Work. We're not going to feel sorry for you. We can help you, but we're not going to feel sorry for you. You have to do your part. And I don't care how people feel about that. I swear. You got to do your part. You got to do your part. There is no way in hell, unless you are a stay-at-home wife who had just got divorced and has to get her life back together. There's no way, and then you're not even going to be on for that long. No, there should be a limit to how long people are on welfare.
And where they are today, and I think it's important.
I swear it should be a limit. There's no way in hell it should be generation after generation of welfare recipients. But I'm wrong for wanting the betterment for Black people. I'm supposed to say, yeah, you're supposed to be your welfare until you die, and then pass it down to your children. Mm-hmm. No, I'm not going for that. I'm not, because that just means you're lazy. I don't like lazy people. It's like, how dare you sit there and say, I want this, that, and the third, but I don't really want to have to work for it. And then you got people like us who get up and work every day and put into this pot for people who ain't never going to get a job a day in their life. And it's supposed to be okay. What makes it? Now, this is how people would see that. I'm going to use myself. People would see me as Sambo, as this, as that, as the third. like, oh, you don't think black people should, you know, get the welfare and this, that, and the third? I didn't say that. I said they shouldn't have it for generation after generation after generation. Oh yeah, what's Sambo? And they ain't even gonna call me the right name. They're gonna call me Uncle Tom. They ain't even gonna call me the right name. They're not gonna call me the right name. Because there's a big difference between Sambo and Uncle Tom. Sambo was the piece of shit. Uncle Tom was a hero amongst men and women that were slaves. Get it right. And the way people feel about me, that shit just makes me study more, makes me train harder. So then, you know, when the next time we battle, I'm not even gonna slap you in the face. I'm gonna knock your head off with 2 points or less. Because there's nowhere in hell like you're gonna sit there and talk about a party, but you don't even know who started it, how it started, who was down with it. And I believe that the freed slaves became Republicans because, number one, of course it was different back then with it, but still, number one, these people worked hard. Literally, like, these people worked hard as fuck. Hold on. Yo, hold it down.
Yo. And time changes, and I don't know. We just gotta be educated and educate ourselves on what the fuck the deal is and what the truth is, what's not the truth, and where we going at in society. I mean, I just believe that's the issue with us as, you know, as African American community. But I think we get that fixed sooner or later. I mean,
I'm back, bro. But yeah, man. Like, if people study their history, as you know what it is though, to me, Doc. When something is easy, why would you want it? Why would you know it's easy to gain weight, it's hard to lose it. You know what I mean? If you don't want to do the work, you ain't gonna lose it. People just don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the work. No matter what kind of work it is, they don't want to do it, but they want the results. And that is like liberalish. And most Democrats are liberals. So that's why I'm saying, like, you don't really find the conservative Democrat, the Democrat that believes in family and this, that, and the third. You find these, and since women outnumber us, that's why it's like easy to point a finger like that, man. Women outnumber us. They're a huge part of, if you're going to use voting, they're a very huge part of the voting process. So now you got to sit there and hope that out of whatever amount of women, that at least 40, 50% of them are not that stupid. Because how you going to sit? Now, if I'm wrong, bro, you know you always check a nigga if he wrong. You let me know, hey, that's not cool. Women voted for Kamala Harris based on abortions, her abortion policy, and B, the rainbow flag policy for the people, the chicks with pricks. Let me know if I'm wrong, bro. She was talking a whole bunch of shit, but that's basically what her plan, her shit was ran off of. It was ran off of bullshit. And of course, you talk about it because it's easier to have an abortion than it is to be responsible. It's easier to take a Plan B pill than to be responsible in the first place. And that's what it seems like Democrats and liberals look for, the fucking easy way out. And you got folks that's bullshit. Folks tired of that shit, man. It's not cool. It never was. And it never will be. Hold up. Here's something because I'm about to wrap up soon. We're about to wrap it up. Pause. Really? This is crazy. Now here's the bad part. I don't forgot what I was looking for. But hold on, folks. Give me a second. Oh, okay. Here it goes. That listen and we don't judge shit is bullshit. Because I'm judging your ass. I don't care how you feel about it neither. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard of. That should be open spaces for people to mind other people's business and then use it against them later. Because I'm never going to agree to that shit. I'm going to listen and I'm a judge.
Like 8 abortions in total.
No, I want you to hear that again.
I had like 8 abortions in total. I had like 8 abortions in total. I had like 8 abortions in total.
DJ Quick.
I had 2 abortions this year. We
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You serious? She said 8. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play it one more time, but I'm gonna show the shit this time because
I had like 8 abortions in total.
look how young she is.
I had 2 abortions this year. I had like 8 abortions in total.
Yeah, look how young that woman is. Come on, B. But I'm the sexist, misogynist. It's like, yeah, I say this shit, and it's like, don't you know we can see you? We can see you. You think you're safe? You think we listen, but we don't judge, but we gonna post what you just sat there and said on Facebook or TikTok. We listen, but we don't judge, but we gonna post this shit. We definitely gonna post it. Yeah, that sounds great. Man, all my listeners, my followers, whatever. Republican is the way, man. Conservative, believe in family, believe in tradition. Real tradition. Because this world is bullshit now. Fuck the world. America is bullshit now. Like and subscribe. Appreciate you for joining in. America is crap. It's like it's time, yo. That liberals, it's crazy how someone can sit there and tell you, hey, yeah, I was born with a swammy, but I identify with my mammy. That's crazy. And then you got women, real women, sitting there applauding this shit. And it's like, you're not offended by that, but if I sat there and said, hey, bitch, you mad as fuck at me. You are mad as fuck at me. But this whole dude over here is saying you and him are the exact same. And that's right, girl. No, that's a dude, man. His name is Larry. Oh, my fault, bro.
His name is not fucking Larry. Not fucking Larry. You fucking asshole. This dude right here. Yo, taking he been canceled.
Yo, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here now. But I mean, that's crazy. You got Jonathan. Let me not use that one either. Damn, is this a dude I don't know? Shit. Fuck, man. Damn. I don't think I know a Paul. You got Paul over here. 8.5 inches of swammy talking about, yeah. Girl, I gotta use the bathroom. Come with me. What the fuck? And the bro gonna sit there. Come on, girl. And that shit is gonna be weird to me for a while. Like, how are you not offended by this dude saying he's you? I'm offended, and I'm not a woman. Never will be. Don't want to be one. Hell nah, especially not today. Hell nah. But yo, we about to get up out of here, man. My black ass is an early morning riser now, so I gotta go. You got any shout outs? You wanna speak to the people?
Salute to the peeps, you know what I mean? Like and subscribe, tune in, you know what I mean? Check us out during the week.
It's free. But I appreciate everybody who came through, everybody who gonna come through. I suggest you vote Democrat, because after Trump gets out of office, J.D. Vance will be elected next. So you basically gonna get a lot of the same. And like I said in my last show, J.D. Vance is a very intelligent man. Like, that dude is, I listen to him speak. The man is intelligent. And he's much more political than Trump is. Like, because he was, Trump is a businessman first. This dude, J.D. Vance, he's not, he came up doing politics. And I've seen him at these speaking at forums, and the man is very, he's highly intelligent. He is highly intelligent. But y'all think about that, man. That liberal stuff is bull. Bring it to the conservative side. Trump is probably one of the most patriotic presidents that we've ever had since, like I said before, Ulysses Grant. Y'all have a good night. Y'all think Republican. Sleep well. And hopefully we'll think Republican. I'll see y'all another day. Republican. Y'all sleep well, future Republicans. I love you all.
Middle of the game, I'm standing out in the crowd. Also hard, gotta stack that can't stop my vibe. Got the beats banging, speakers bumping loud. I'm the king of the game, standing out in the crowd. I'm so hard, gotta stack that cash. Yellow tape wrapped around, I'm making a splash. My flow so hot, it's burning up the scene. When I step into the room, you know what I mean. Yellow tape, yellow tape, yellow tape. We on fire, we the ones in charge. Ain't none time. Turn it up, let the beat drop low. Yellow tape everywhere, it's our time to show.
What the
Practice. I can show you practice. I can show you how to put $1 million in a mattress. I can show the difference between an icon and a classic. Baby in the major should be rolling in a basket. I'm advanced, and it's a lot of dance. From anywhere, my jewelry jump like John Moran. And Kim Tower shorts got me tanning with the beige. You would be a surfer if you ever had this wave. I just switch up my cabana, they throw shade. Matter top 5 and top 5, no I'm the fade. And though I'm out the loop, I be mute. Playing cute, nothing to say to you, cause when I'm back home like Kyrie, I won't play with you. This is magic with the fur, Tim Duncan on the spur, Tanya Harton on the skate. This that Kobe #8, this the kick over the head in the hand of Sue Bird. This boy superb, all I got is 2 words.
Uncle Jackie. Good night, y'all.